the HomeTech Podcast for Friday, April 17th from Sarasota, Florida. I'm Seth Townsend.
From Reynoldsburg, Ohio, I'm TJ Huddleston.
From Pickering, Ontario, I'm Gavin Campbell.
And welcome to the HomeTech Podcast, a podcast all about home technology, home automation. And guys, the national nightmare is over. Netgear is going to be the router for the USA because they won an approval or whatever to make routers moving forward.
So they had the biggest envelope then.
I guess so. Congratulations, Netgear. Yay! Wow. Well, I guess the FCC has listed them, given them the conditional approval for their consumer retail routers, which the company is framing as being, U.S. government approved and, not at all foreign made.
Yeah, like where are these ones made at? Like, why are they exempt?
It doesn't matter now.
Makes no sense.
The CEO is really happy. He circulated a letter describing this approval as meaning that Netgear is a, quote, trusted consumer router company. And so now they're a secure router that you can trust inside your house. So if you have a router...
Do they still make the routers in Asia, though?
They do. Supposedly, my quick Google search says Taiwan.
So wasn't the whole point of this, they didn't want things being made over there coming in, but now they're okay with this company making it over there coming in? Like, I'm so confused.
Yeah, I think, and that's a problem, right? Is because now it's like, well, okay, so you are allowing foreign-made routers, but only certain ones, which is like fine, but just come out and say that initially. Like, hey, we're going to limit where routers can come from, not just say, hey, we're going to ban them all together from everywhere else, because that makes no sense. But there might be some kind of fake show that says, hey, Netgear's going to start making some routers here. We're going to invest $200 million in this factory over here, and then it probably never happens. So it'll be Foxconn all over again, but for consumer routers.
Hey, don't worry. They'll tear people's homes down anyway.
Yeah.
The only other company on this list was Adtran, ADTRAN. I've never heard of them.
Whatever that is.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
They make, I guess, actually, I say I've never heard of them. Now that I'm looking at their residential lineup, I instantly recognize some of the awful AT&T and Comcast gateways that are out there. So,
yeah, well, that makes sense.
Yep.
Got a lot of money over there, so.
This is Comcast pulled a lever, and yeah. They also have some ONTs as well for the consumer side of things. So.
Well, you can't, and that's the problem with this, right, is you can't really ban this stuff because literally that's where it's all made.
Yeah.
And if you ban it, then like, what are we going to do? And obviously the ultimate thing that everybody wants to say is, well, make it here. And sure, even if you make it here, let's say that we start making all of our consumer routers in America, it's still going to take years. You can't just ban it all of a sudden.
You can't get that. Yeah, you can't get all that stuff back here.
Right. You can. It's just going to take a long time to do it. And like just banning stuff out like all willy-nilly and saying that like, yeah, we're going to ban it because that's going to bring back manufacturing. That's just not how it works.
Do you see that? There's I forget it's a YouTube guy, and he does like engineering style videos, but he wanted to make a barbecue grill scraper thing.
Oh, I think I saw that. It was like a whole video on.
It was a whole series. Yeah,
make it in America.
So you think about it, it's like, okay, there's a handle and there's like some stainless steel foil looking stuff at the bottom, and a plastic part, and you have to hold and to scrape things. Right? Couldn't do it. He actually ended up pulling it off at the end, but man, it would have been much easier just to sub it out and get it done, right? Like, and just actually sell what he wanted to sell. But to get like everything, like the chain, I think it was a chainmail scraper or something he wanted to make, to get it. I was fascinated because like getting the little plastic molds done, like you can find a company in the States that will machine those things and get the, or set you up and get the plastic mold injection done, right? The plastic parts. The problem is it's like all the machinery to make the master copies is over in China. So like half of the job cannot even be done here to make the plastic parts. Like they can make the shells and stuff, but they have to get the master mold type thing from China. And to do that, you have to send the files off, and they basically have all the software and everything over there. They do everything over there, and they ship those over here, and then we put them together. It's wild. So yeah, you can't. After watching that, it's just like there's no way we can bring that kind of any kind of manufacturing back here. It would be great if we could, because his video is actually pretty good. I would recommend you watch it because it's a pretty good video, and he talks about like why these skills are needed here and why they're like the machinist type skills are needed here and like the demand that we do have here. But we don't invest in those people. We should invest in them. We should really put some money behind them. Anyway, check out the video. We'll put a link to it in the show notes, and you guys can watch it or something if you want. But we got Netgear routers, so that's good.
Woo, just what everybody wants. Crappy Netgear routers.
I feel like this is an American problem and not something I had to worry about anyways.
Yeah, well, you'll have problems eventually, I'm sure. So
They'll just go up in price over here.
It'll just go up in
right.
price,
Yeah.
We'll put a big old USA flag on it and cost 25% more or something. All right. Well, we got a bunch of HomeTech headlines. So what do you guys say we jump in?
Let's do it.
All right. Big news out of Italy. Gavin put this on here because he likes Italy.
Well, I like giving stories to other countries sometimes. I know sometimes we're greedy with our stories and it's American and, Canadian stories, but I'm always fighting you guys because you always push my Canadian news aside and you look for the American links instead. But this one was Italy. So shout out to Italy.
Yep. Amazon is expanding Alexa Plus in there. So if you could get there's early access today and you can get Alexa Plus now. So they've got the Italian language brought into it. So that's kind of cool, I guess.
I mean, honestly, it is pretty cool. I didn't realize that Alexa Plus could understand hand gestures, though. And I was pretty sure that's how Italians talk. So
pretty much is, yeah.
Does anybody know if we can do that in America?
We just lost 5 listeners on that joke.
No, they know it's true.
They're waving at their like, screens right now. Yeah.
They know. Well, congratulations, Alexa Plus. You work now in Italy, so there you go.
I didn't say it was a big story, but I said it was an Italian story.
Well, here's a big story. Right. Toronto, Rosedale neighborhood is going to be getting a virtual gated community, and they're going to use Flock. Yay! So there you go, Gavin. A US-based camera system that scans license plates for entry and that kind of thing. I guess this is not going over well there in Canada.
As it shouldn't.
So, there's a lot of pushback on this particular brand and others here in the States. So I suspect you might hear about that soon, Gavin. I'm not sure. Do you see these cameras up there or no?
You know what? Everywhere you look, there are cameras nowadays, right?
No, I mean, like these are specific cameras. Do you see these?
I don't even know what they're specifically look like. So I think the pushback may be specifically because they're Flock, right? I don't think the pushback's going to be because it's cameras in the neighborhood. So to say, crime up here, like I don't want to scare TJ away, but it's been spiking, and there's a lot of stuff happening, where it's a lot of kids like going into neighborhoods, checking cars, breaking into cars, stealing cars, stuff like that. Like it's getting out of control. So neighborhoods, I expect to see more of this actually, where neighborhoods are going to want to take the security. I've seen posts on our local groups where people are throwing out ideas of hiring private security to patrol the streets in our neighborhood and stuff like that, right? So yeah, it's happening. I think the pushback is because it's Flock and the story behind them and who they've helped and stuff. But if it was another company come in there, I'm pretty sure they'd be okay with it.
I mean, you keep talking about the crime up in Canada. I don't know if I want to go up there. And then you didn't even want to install cameras when I'm up there. I mean,
don't act like you don't have crime in your neighborhood.
I mean, we don't have any crime in our neighborhood. We had somebody. The only crime we have in our neighborhood is people going around like checking cars like at nighttime, and that's only happened a couple times since I've been here in 3 years.
I might want to move down there then.
Yeah, I mean, it's much. We have a lot of gun violence in general, but not in my area at least. So
yeah,
I just remembered the lawnmower is stuck in a hole out there in the front yard. I got to go pull it out. So. It reminded me. Yeah, nothing happens here. It's just very boring.
that's life's boring.
All my neighbors are nosy too, so they know what's going on immediately.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is these cameras will probably just be used to monitor the street because whenever something happens up here, there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Like you'll get like Ring cameras from people's front doors, or their garage or whatever. So people can't complain. You complain about the cameras being out there, and then you put cameras on your house. There is no privacy in this world. I'm just surprised I haven't been caught for something yet on TikTok or something like that.
Well, the Flock ones specifically, those are used here a lot for. I mean, they're everywhere. There's one right around the corner. they popped up everywhere here in Florida, and they team up with local law enforcement or communities like this to install the cameras, and then they basically aggregate all the data and record where you've been. They say they don't take pictures of your face, but it turns out they're taking pictures of your face. So yeah, not quite that fun. So anyway, just watch out for those companies and I guess other companies that are like them.
Yeah. This neighborhood,
if not
though,
Flock, it'll be somebody else.
This neighborhood, though, is a more expensive neighborhood. So they will probably put this in, like, when I say more expensive, you're looking at like $2 million, stuff like that, and more. And $2 million is the low end. I don't even see one for $2 million. Let's start at $3 million then.
Yeah.
So they have stuff to protect.
I guess so. They just want to feel important.
Yeah, they're not looking for a Ring camera. They want the Flock camera.
They want the Flock one. Yeah. All right. Well, best of luck to you there. We have actually, this is actually pretty cool. Gavin, you found, this is, I think we talked about these before. Blue Eddies fridge power. These are slim battery backups that can like sit near, behind, I don't know, on top of your fridge and keep it running when the power goes off. There's a link to a iPhone in Canada review of this. Setup was pretty easy. It's kind of plug and play. But the cord didn't quite reach the outlet when I guess as far as they needed it. But interesting. There's a Kickstarter going on right now for this to launch or I guess, I'm looking at it. It says $1,800 Canadian. I don't know. Is that for a big one? Because it says $759 here.
That sounds normal to us. Yeah.
Jeez,
that's what life like up is here. Like that's what it's like up here, you know. Like, and the cord probably didn't fit because our igloos are rounded, so the fridge you kind of have further away from the wall because the top of the igloo, kind of touches it.
I'm sorry. What are you saying? Igloo? What is an igloo?
Us Canadians, it's our what we live in here.
Okay. I was like, do you call fridges igloos? I'm confused.
Yeah, I was wondering there.
But yeah, that's kind of they'll probably fix. That's a little. They'll probably have to fix that length of that cord or something. But there's another company that made these things. I can't remember the name of them, but they made like a power bank for your fridge as well, and it can mount. I think they had it sitting on top of the fridge as well. So it's very similar.
Yeah. This is what I actually want because I've been looking into adding solar to the house at some point and what that would entail. But the way solar works here is that it all just goes back to the grid, and then we get a credit for how much energy we generate, which is fine. I mean, it is what it is at that point. But like when we have a power outage, we typically don't have a power outage for very long. It could last like an hour to 3 hours, and it's gotten better since we moved here. But I don't need my AC to run. I don't need like all this other stuff to run. I don't need my lights in my living room or anything like that. I really just want my fridge and my freezer to be backed up. Mm-hmm. And so these quote unquote small battery packs for my fridge and freezer, this is ideal. Because then I don't have to invest into like tens of thousands of dollars in batteries and like electrical conversions and all this stuff in order to just back up my fridge and random stuff. So this is really cool. And you can even use it for like other things. Why not use it for like your server or like other stuff that you have going on? And because they're thinner, like you could just mount it right on the wall and be done with it.
Yeah, they're lithium ion batteries. Looks like you can buy them. There's a Fridge Power Plus package that has another extra add-on battery. I guess they're saying that these can run the fridge power by itself 21 hours with the little backup thing that you can add on. It goes up to 2 or 3 days. So that's pretty cool. That's a nice little. I mean, we had to throw away two refrigerators worth of stuff the last hurricane. This may have helped. I'm not sure, but at least it would have made things a little easier. We might have made it back in time to put the fridge on a generator or something like that. But I don't know.
Yeah, sure. So that's what you have to take. That's what you have to take into consideration is how much is the cost of the stuff in your fridge if you were to lose power, and how much this costs. So our fridge, some people have a lot of stuff in our fridge. We don't keep a lot of stuff in our fridge, but we also have a generator, and we have an external hookup. When I upgraded my panel, I put that in there too. So I have that option as well. And I have I have a freezer and a fridge. And I just take everything out of the freezer and put it up in the fridge run one unit as well too, right? So, that's how I'll handle it. Like for $1,700, I don't think it's worth it to me. That's kind of expensive. But if you have a big fridge with a lot of stuff constantly packed in it, maybe that's $1,500 worth of food alone that you don't want to lose.
We had a lot of stuff, but in my option, it was time.
Right.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to clean up.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we probably shouldn't have lost as much as we lost, but it was time. So
the thing that I could justify it for really would be the freezer, because we have a lot of our long-term, meats and other bulk stuff in there that are very expensive.
Yeah.
We have a very large freezer in our pantry. I forget, it's like 20 to 30 cubic feet or whatever. So there's a lot of space in there. So that would be a lot of money wasted. So I can see it being useful for that. But luckily, we don't live in an area where power outages are that common. If I lived in Florida, though, I think I would have something like this.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Florida, because over the many years, I can't remember last if we've ever had a power outage other than that one major one that hit like North America. But other than that, I haven't had a power outage that lasted more than maybe 3 hours.
Yeah.
So we're fortunate like that. But I know in Florida, you guys have been through a number of times. Like this should be normal for a new house in Florida.
Yeah, battery backup. Exactly.
Yeah.
I have to think about this. It's not a terrible price just to get almost a day's worth of battery backup. And honestly, I think 2 or 3 days is probably about as long as we'd need. But anything past that, I don't even want to be in the house. That's what happened last time. The hurricane came down to a Wednesday. We didn't go back till Sunday. So this wouldn't have made a difference anyway. But if we had a bunch of stuff that we were going to miss in the fridge, I think we could have gotten back and gotten on the generator and that kind of thing sooner. Anyway, let's move on here. We talked about the Roku stick last week. I guess Amazon's got a new Fire TV stick HD. It's 30% slimmer and it supports Alexa Plus. The stick also described as being 30% faster because it's got Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.3, powers with the USB power, just kind of like the Roku one does, and it is $35. Pretty much the same price I think I paid for the Roku as well. So I don't know. I'd probably go with the Roku. But if this is 30% faster than whatever it was doing before, it might be, if you're in the Amazon ecosystem, it might be something good to pick up.
I would still go with the Roku. Like looking at this, they actually said this is actually less powerful than their other one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. And honestly, now that I have both of them, I didn't realize how pushy the Amazon devices were for their products and their ads and all that type of stuff. And then you couldn't clear it all off and just get rid of it. With the Roku, I was able to remove everything off the home screen except my one app or two apps that I use on there. And it's not as pushy with that type of stuff. And it just felt better overall to me. It just worked better to me. So I now recommend the Roku when people ask me, but Amazon's Amazon. People want an Amazon product.
Yeah, it's an option, I guess.
Yeah,
it's out there
yeah.
For $35. I don't know, you can make that mistake. If you don't like it, you just go get the other one, I guess.
It's not a good option, but it's definitely an option.
No, it's not, especially with their new operating system that they implemented. It locked out a lot of programs that, people were trying to install on it and run on it. And I'm not just talking like piracy programs. There were legit programs.
Yeah, like
no, there were IPTV programs. We know.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what made them, I don't get it. That's what made them popular. Why are you going to break that? Because people are buying this to do it. Who cares, right? But they even when you look at MB, the MB client, they you can't install it on these yet, right? MB's been working with them trying to get it working, but I don't know why they made that decision, but that's Amazon.
Did you see this is kind of related to this? Did you see the country of Spain blocks basically Cloudflare when there's a football game on? The entire country, basically half the internet gets shut off because they're blocking one of the major internet providers.
That's the main problem they're having with these devices, is that it's killing the soccer industry up there. I think that's why Amazon's blocking a lot of these apps.
They're talking. I mean, I kind of keep an eye on this because people, if you have software that runs on the internet, right? If you have a web app or a website or whatever, and all of a sudden you start getting these massive amount of failures from a different region and you're trying to figure out what it is. Oh, it turns out the country is blocking it because there's a soccer game on TV. Yeah, I guess they're also expanding this into tennis matches and other games, sporting games. It's insane, absolutely insane.
They must be able to get around that, though. I mean, like, do they just cut the internet, or are you VPN? Can you VPN around it or something
I'm
like
sure
that?
you can VPN out, yeah, but
Yeah.
it does block a significant portion of the internet. They've been just basically blacklisting. I know Cloudflare was one of the big ones, but anything that can come up with like a VPS or whatever to kind of do those streams and bring those streams in is being blocked. So it's basically like the internet gets shut off while they're having a football going. It's like, this makes no sense. But there you go. Sports ball.
It's just amazing because, I'm not condoning it or anything, but piracy services are so much easier to set up and use than the legit services.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons people, not just for price too, but, price is a big thing.
It's both. Yeah.
Up here we could pay like $200 to get a season of basketball. I haven't done this in a while. I'm just guessing at this number. But even when you get that season of basketball, I remember last time I did that, like games I wanted to see were blacked out because they were on local television. And that drove me nuts because the whole point was I didn't have local TV. I was trying to buy this app so I can watch the basketball games.
Yep.
And I wanted all the basketball games. And then the only workaround was to VPN through Netherlands or something like that. And you got all the games, right? But it was like, those kind of like things that they do that make it so hard make people not want to use your service.
Yeah.
And like they're willing to pay for it, but when you have all these restrictions and make it so hard, you can't watch it on every device, then they'll say, you know what, screw it, I'm going to go to piracy and it's cheaper. The problem with the piracy is that the stream's not reliable. But then you find that happens even with the legit streams where, too many people are watching, it cuts off and
right.
they have a history
it has
of
other
doing
weird
that
problems.
too.
It drops you. Like, here comes a goal and it's commercial break. It's like a dynamic ad gets inserted. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, they need to fix their model or something like that because people are just going to constantly find ways around it.
Isn't I think like one of the streaming services that was doing the New Year's Eve, like it's like 10, 9, and then like some ad came on because it was time to run an ad. So
yeah, exactly.
It's like, come on, be smarter with this. Yeah. I just think about like pirating music used to be a thing, and then now it's pretty easy to play music off of a service or download and purchase they made it pretty easy to do. And I don't really hear people,
pirating music anymore because because one, cost is now easy, and two, you can play it anywhere in your car, on your phone, whatever. It's easy, accessible. People don't pirate music like they used to, and even with video to a point. Ever since like Netflix came in, they made it affordable. The quality is great. Streaming experience was great. The app was great.
Don't say that. They'll raise the price on us again.
But everybody, you can play the videos everywhere. You get multiple streaming services. That type of stuff. Even people started moving on to that, and like a certain group of people said, I don't have to pirate anymore. I got Netflix. I'm good. If you make it affordable and you make it easy to use, people will flock to it and just use it because they don't want to fight with the pirate. The piracy stuff you still fight with, and they don't want to fight with it. They just want to, watch their shows.
Press play, watch a show. Yeah,
exactly.
Yep. All right, well, let's move on to some news that sucks. HomeTech has a new D-Bot robot vacuum mop, the X12 Omni Cyclone, with a stain pre-treat step aimed at reducing repeated passes. So using cameras and, of course, AI, it identifies any dried-on stains like muddy paw prints or spilled soda. And before the roller mop reaches the spot, the robot skeets a little bit on the...
Hey, what?
That's what it does.
The robot what?
You said what?
It does a little... did I send you guys that video of the kindergarten kids singing that song? I think I did.
I don't think so.
Oh my gosh, you guys have to watch that. It's hilarious. They modified the lyrics a little bit, but
we're gonna have robot vacuums climbing stairs and skeeting everywhere here.
That's
soon.
what they're doing.
I'm not ready for this future.
Yep, they're gonna do that a little bit. Let's do a little pre-soak, and then they go back and clean it off with the scrubbers. So.
Oh, my vacuum left a little puddle. How cute.
It's going to come back and clean it later. Don't worry.
Okay. I stepped in it. Oh.
All right. Well, that's $1,500 for the HomeTech D-Bot X12 Omni Cyclone. So it includes the new dock station.
I needed a new robot vac, and it wasn't Prime Day sales. I had the recent spring sale up here in Canada. I had an amazing price on an EcoVac. It was like 50% off.
Wow.
And I ordered it and it never arrived here. It came from it got shipped from BC to Mississauga, which is like just across the city. And then somehow ended up back in BC. And then I never heard from it again. So I just canceled the order. So I don't know what's going on with EcoVac. I'm very upset I missed out on that.
Well, see if you can get them to send you one of these Skeet bots and get that.
Yeah, we're not important enough. I've reached out to them. We're not important enough. So I was buying it with my own money and everything like that. And I just wanted it at a good price. And now I've lost the price and I didn't get a vacuum. And, I don't know what it is with their Amazon, what happened to it. But yeah, I was a little upset about that. It was from their store too, and I had nobody to contact. All Amazon gave me the option was cancel order, and I was just like, screw it. I'm not going to bother.
To be honest, EcoVacs is one of the few I would not recommend because I bought a used EcoVacs one from somebody, and I reset it up under my own account and everything, and it still loaded their map. And I was like, well, that's not good.
That's weird, yeah.
So
I went with the EcoVacs because they're one of the few that I think work with the new Home Assistant areas integration, allowing you to map the areas to their map and stuff like that. So I want to play around with that and stuff like that, but I never got it.
Yeah.
So I gave up on it. Maybe at Prime Day or something, I'll try take another shot at it.
The next Amazon sale.
Yeah,
there's always one.
It'll be here in a month.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got some new. It's a car is quickly becoming the Ecobee Sonos news cycle here. Every week they come out with a new sensor. A car has released a new multi-presence sensor, FP310. Is this the one we talked about last week? No, I don't think it is. It's a battery-powered sensor that supports both Matter over Thread and Zigbee. It's got its 4-in-1 device, temperature, humidity, millimeter wave, presence detection, and ambient light. So, the FP310. How much is this thing going to be? $45 probably, somewhere in there?
Yeah, about 80 Canadian, I think.
80 Canadian, there we go.
Who knows? No, this is just a small upgrade to the FP300. I mean, everything's pretty much the same except for the radar.
Yeah.
I think they went from 6 gigahertz to 24 gigahertz, which means more sensitivity, better detection at somebody sitting still and breathing and stuff like that. So it's a worthy upgrade. I mean, if you're looking for one, you can get the FP310 instead of the FP300. It's a no-brainer. Just buy the 310 and be happy. But I don't think it's available in North America yet.
I mean, the FP300 just came out in America, so this is the annoying thing about technology anymore is that you buy something and then like 6 months later there's like a completely new version that does a little bit more.
Well,
and like it doesn't make the other stuff useless, but it's just like it's so fast.
Yeah, the FP300 was announced at CES not this year, last year, and then it finally came out end of last year in Canada.
It was like 6 months ago or something like that, basically.
So the 310, usually we hear about the new devices over in China first,
right?
And it takes a while to get here. So.
Yeah, you can order them like AliExpress and stuff like that. But before them to actually be sold in America, it takes a while.
But I really like the FP300 series. So
here's the thing: the FP300 had the 60 gigahertz rating, which is not allowed in some markets like China. You can't use it. It's not allowed. It's an unlicensed space. So the 310 goes down to 24 gigahertz radar instead, and it's a little less accurate. It won't do like advanced zone detection or like the breathing sensor part.
Oh, it's actually a downgrade.
Yeah, it's a little. I mean, it still has the same.
Specific.
Yeah, the same 6 meter range, 120 grid. Yeah, so I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if it works as well. It should. I don't know. We'll see. It's small. It's like 2 CR2450 coin cell batteries.
Which is the same.
Same thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So, they've gone to just a different sensor to open it up for more markets, I guess. So, interesting.
So the 60 gigahertz wasn't allowed in China?
That's what it says. Not allowed for indoor unlicensed use in some markets like China. So,
yeah, just region specific then.
Yeah.
So we don't want this. Go with the FP300.
Get the 60 gigahertz. Yeah. Bigger number, better.
FP300 still good, still king. Just get that one. Unless you're in China, FP310.
All right. Well, here's some news. It's time for some gloating. Ubiquiti has announced the Unified Enterprise Audio Video, the EAV switching.
About time.
Aimed at AV over IP networks, where timing matters. Along with this switch, they released what are those things? The little audio, video, HDMI Balun bridge things that they have.
EAV bridge.
Yeah, EAV bridge. You can use it as a transmitter or a receiver. Depends what you need to set it up for. It's got two HDMI. It's got an HDMI input, HDMI output. It's got a screen on it, little tiny screen. And on the back of it, it has balanced audio inputs for XLR cables. But the idea behind this is that you can plug in a media source, whether it be audio or video, and pick up the audio, video on the network, drop it off wherever you need that audio to go. Supports things like Dante, AS67, 67, and SDVOE. Yeah. It's out, and we actually have some pricing on it.
Well, it's not out. It comes out in May.
Which
in Ubiquity terms means September, October.
That's when you're going to get it.
If you're lucky to get it this year.
Yep. So what was the price on the bridge? We had a friendly wager on. So let me pull those up.
The EAV bridge is supposedly going to retail for $299.
$299.
And then I just want to drop the switch price. So they have a special EAV switch with this as well. It is $4,000. So if you need the switch that goes with it, it's an additional $4,000. It's got 24 10 gigabit PoE plus ports.
So you guys know more about this stuff than I do, right? So for each TV, I guess you're going to need two transmitters, one to broadcast, one to receive, right?
Well, no, you really just need
source.
one. Yeah, so you need one at each display, and then you need one for each source.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can, like, for example, I'm gonna probably look into this for my house because we have the issue is that we have Ethernet cable in all of our rooms, but we don't have a dedicated Ethernet cable that we can do internet and video on. And so I could use this to have a display in each room and just put my Apple TV in the rack. So I need one in the rack for my Apple TV, and then I'd have one at each display. And then I could just route the Apple TV to whatever display I want at any time.
And then you just control,
allegedly. Yeah.
Yeah. So the switch is then not required? Or is it needed if you want to send the same signal to multiple sources?
Well, Seth will be able to better answer this in a traditional system.
This is where I'm confused. Like, what's the purpose of the switch?
So you're gonna need a decent switch for this because it requires jumbo frames, and typically you don't get that on your standard switches. So I forget whether maybe that's a layer 3 switch. I don't remember. It has to have support for jumbo frames for the video. So they're using IGMP video, and that's how literally everybody else is doing. That's how AV Pro is doing it. That's how Just Add Power is doing it these days. You just need a decent switch. You can get a switch that supports jumbo frames for a few $100s, like a little small 8-port Cisco or something like that. You can get that and set it up. However, I don't know like what they're doing for like API control on this, like how that's going to work either. So if you just needed to go to one display, TJ, maybe you can do that. I don't know. But like if you need to do switching, how are you going to control it?
That's the biggest thing. Is it says it has integrations and stuff like that, but we know how that is with Ubiquity. Like it'll have some integrations when it launches, but then like 3/4 of the stuff won't be available when it comes out.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the biggest hurdle for this kind of product is that it's going to want it. People are going to want to integrate it with everything else, and if Ubiquity doesn't do that, it's going to have a very limited use case. Like mine, I don't need control over and everything like that, but you would need that in like a church or a school or wherever else that you're probably going to install something like this.
Yeah, so I'm guessing at the NTV, you should be able to choose which one of the sources you want to view, right? And how is that going to be handled?
Right.
I'm guessing, and from there it goes over the network and then says connect to this source. And then how would your remote then go back and control that device as well too? If you put everything in a rack, how are you going to get your remote to control it? Does it have IR on it?
No, it doesn't.
No, that's where the control system is necessary.
Yeah.
Like my house, I wouldn't have to worry about that because I have a small house. But yeah, you need a control system like Crestron or Control 4 or whatever else to actually make that part work.
How many ports is there? How many ports is the switch they're offering?
24 ports.
24 ports.
And like the weird thing too is I think they're basically basically just selling it as like an overall like PoE switch though? Because it's got 2100 watts of PoE power. And each one of these devices is 14 watts. So
I can tell you, let's see, a Netgear AV 24 port. That's not right. I have to find a different one.
Yeah. The switch is confusing because it doesn't make any sense that you would have so much power in the switch when you don't need it for EAV.
Yeah, a Netgear, a compatible switch for this on the Netgear side of things is going to be, it's going to be $3,500 for this. Around that. Wait, that's 10 gig. We don't need 10 gig. We just need 1 gig, it said, I believe. I don't know. What I did see, I have to go look at the specs on this again. What I did see that was interesting on this was that you could do video walls up to 8x8. So you can have 64 TVs hooked up to this if you wanted to.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Do a big old giant 8x8 video wall. I wasn't expecting them to do that, but yeah, there you go. I think I just needed 1 gig to do it. But when you start pushing 4K video, you're going to need a 10 gig switch. So the EAV is what, 10 gig? Yeah, up to 10 gigabits. So yeah, if you're looking at like a comparable 24 port PoE, and they have a fiber one too. 24 port PoE that you can do 10 gig with. In the Netgear world, it's $3,500 probably. So it's on par with what you should expect to pay.
Wait, how much is the Netgear one?
About $3,500.
Yeah. How many watts is the Netgear one?
That's a good question.
Because the 2100 watts is throwing me off for some reason.
Oh, you know what? This is not gonna work for you. You need a PoE. Let me click. I gotta find this. The PoE budget.
You need a PoE plus.
Yeah, that was actually a different one. It's all SFPs, so I can't give you that. Let's see. PoE plus. There's a copper
and it's got 400 gig SFP ports. So
keep having to go up because Netgear may not. Here, Netgear AV. Here we go. It is a Netgear. This is the XSM 4340. It is a 36 port 10 gig PoE plus switch. It is $8,000.
Jeez.
The 24 port 10 gig PoE plus, and it has 8 10 gig SFP and 8 25 gig SFP. That one is going to be $6,700.
All right,
roughly.
So this is dirt cheap in comparison because
it's going to be less. Yeah,
this thing for the PoE switch, they've got a PoE and non-PoE. For the PoE, it's $4,000, but you get 24 10 gig PoE plus ports.
Yeah,
and then you get 400 gig SFP ports.
So a good price at $4,000.
Yeah, I mean dirt cheap for that.
It's half price.
Redundant power supplies. I mean,
yeah. So that's. If you're looking in the arena that they're trying to push this in, and so like we're looking at it for like home audio, but if all this stuff comes from like show audio, they use this stuff a lot, like show audio video for theaters and that kind of thing. So you have to think about it that way. They'll easily pay for 2 or 3 of these and use one of them as a backup. And rent them.
Oh yeah,
because that's what they do. Anyway, that it's coming out in May, so $4,000 10 gig switch. There you go. I'll put a link to it in the show notes.
Yeah, talk about the bets, the wagers.
Yeah, come on. I want to do some gloating.
So yeah. So on to the gloating section. All right. So TJ, we'll say you win here because it's what $299 for the little bridge thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you wager was $400. Gavin was $499, and I was $1,000.
I won. I'm the best.
Damn it.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
That's my gloating.
I mean, it's technically I'm closer because like you still need 2 of them.
You're not closer.
Well, then I'm closer. Yeah, then I'm closer at $600. I said $499.
Yeah,
what did I say? $499. I'm closer. Without going over.
Without going over, you guys Gavin won. So
yeah. Yay! Woo.
But you're gonna need that $4,000 switch. So I guess I'm closer. Oh man, yeah. I bet you can use any 10 gig switch that supports jumbo frames, and you'll be fine. Just have to figure out how they're controlling that with the control API.
It sounds like that specific switch is just to keep things in sync.
Right.
If you're setting it to multiple sources, but if you use a regular switch that can work over, then it probably won't be in sync.
Well, if you're running 24 of these things, you're gonna buy this switch.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But if you're doing it in your home, you could probably just buy the little end boxes. You should be fine.
And I mean, I will tell you, like from the dealer's perspective, a lot of them were just like, because AV Pro offers a 10 gig switch for their line. It's like super expensive too. Probably in that $7,000-$8,000 range. I don't remember what it was, but it's expensive. And you could get a Ruckus switch and use it, or you could get a Netgear one and use it for like much less. But a lot of guys were like, no, it's not my money. And if something goes wrong, I don't want AV Pro turn around and blaming.
And that's what happens.
This other switch setup. So people buy the same thing to make sure there's one throat to choke, so to speak. So yeah. And it seems to be like it's a pretty decent price at that price. So it will be entertaining. I will just say that when people start using this is honestly bringing HDMI video distribution down to the masses here. It will be entertaining to see them fight with HDMI down mixing and all that mess that dealers have to fight with every day. This is not a fun space to be in. I can tell you that right now. So I'll have my popcorn and be watching. I'm fighting it at my house. So I didn't know it's not going to be easy. All right, let's move on here. All the links and topics we discussed tonight can be found over on our show notes at HomeTech.fm/571. All right, nothing in the mailbag. Pick of the week. I found this on TikTok. Check this guys, check this out. I think somebody has this in the hub. I forget who it was, but they had the IllumiBot thing, and they were just kind of like playing around with this home setup, and they made the home look like it was like glass fronted or whatever. I don't know. I thought it was a really, really cool effect. And then you can, it's a IllumiBot, so you can like tell it to change whatever's in there with AI. It'll regenerate the video and has people like running around inside. So if you're just walking by this house, you would think that the entire front of the house is made of glass and you can see inside. It's wild.
That is awesome.
Isn't that cool?
I would probably have my neighbors mad at me though for the videos I'd put up on there.
this guy like with his hands behind his head just jiggling around like, yeah, okay.
Well, I was thinking like murder scenes, but
okay,
sure, we could go with that one, my videos would be like the wife running and the husband chasing her throughout the house.
I'm like, look, he can get it to go around and around and around.
What's your fascination with helicopters?
Yeah, exactly. You imagine one of these rooms is the bathroom. Like it's just sitting in there reading a book.
Oh man,
exactly.
Spraying the Glade.
I almost bought one of these last year, but they were sold out. And I also I have a single story house, so I don't know how it would look on my house. But they're such a cool idea.
Yeah, it's really cool. My house is also single story and there's not a very good place to project anything.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have like a big blank wall, I could make this work or something, but I don't have that much space where you'd be able to see it anyway. So is it worth I think it was like $1,000 or something by the time you bought like all the stuff for it.
Mm-hmm.
Not worth $1,000 to me, but it is very cool. And if I had a taller house, I would 100% buy one.
Yeah. And this is definitely a cool setup they have here. They good job putting that together. All right, we'll put a link to that in the show notes as well. If you have any feedback, questions, comments, ideas for the show, or picks of the week, give us a shout. Our email address is feedback@HomeTech.fm, or head on over to HomeTech.fm/feedback and fill out the online form. All right, project updates. But first, we do have an update from the Apollo Automation. I guess they were part of the State of the Home, or they have a review, kind of a recap of the State of the Open Home 2026. And what did they announced? The ESP Home Starter Kit, which is a beginner-friendly way to learn ESP Home.
It's pretty cool. You get a button, a temperature and humidity sensor, a PIR sensor, and an LED.
Yeah, if you've always wanted to get into creating your own sensors, but found that ESP Home was a little too intimidating, or even just the hardware, the soldering, etc., this is a good way to get you into it and play with it and get used to it and learn it. This is an awesome idea. I think a lot of people will find it interesting and jump on it.
It's kind of like the Arduino kits that I used to buy all the time and never actually use.
Yeah,
but it's internet connected.
But this one will have a lot more. It seems like a lot more possibilities, and I know it comes with a few of the things. I believe you'll be able to buy even more add-ons and stuff from is it Seed Studio or one of them that sells it all, but they said it will be compatible with a lot of other things too.
Oh, so all the other it has those little like connector ports. I was wondering about that.
Yeah
Yeah, because you can get those. Yeah. All right, so this is cool. It's like a complete little DIY.
Yep.
Like you want to tinker with something, here it is, and you can get started.
If you wanted to make your own little custom niche sensor that is, like they're not going to mass produce, but something that would make your life better, this would be a nice way to start.
It's a nice, clean way to start too, because you can get like the boards, the little spiky things that poke you, like this right here. I got sitting around here. It's like, ow, that hurt. Why did I pick this up? Well, this thing is like, it looks almost like a finished product. It's really nice. You get RGBs too. That's pretty cool.
Ooh, RGBs.
Yeah. $39 ships late May. So check that out. I might actually get one of these.
Oh, we're getting one for sure.
Yeah, I'm notify me when available.
Yep.
Add it to the desk pile.
Yeah, honestly, that's probably what's going to happen to it. I have something on my desk I got to talk about, and it's part of my projects next, but I'll let you go first, TJ.
For projects this week, I got all of my irrigation stuff done.
Woohoo!
So I got all the lines trenched in and buried. I got all the wires ran to the laundry room where my irrigation controller is. I have to figure out, right now my issue is that when I trigger one of the sprinkler valves, some of the other ones trigger as well. So I got to figure out that problem. But at least I'm able to water all my trees and stuff right now without actually going outside. So that's a win in my opinion.
Going outside's overrated. So
that's what I'm saying. I don't want to go outside.
Exactly. That's how I am.
I just realized I have the previous development board.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. That's the Dev-1 ESP with the other project unfinished sitting.
Yeah, that reminds me of the Arduino stuff. I always like to tinker with that and build little things. So it's a good idea to bring that to ESP Home.
Yep.
And then one of the other things I started doing this week is I decided to buy some internet-connected bird houses.
Ooh.
So as I own the house and we spend money on the landscaping and stuff like that, I like seeing all the birds and the little critters that come by. So we also have like a horde of deer that roam the neighborhood and eat everybody's plants. So there's a lot of wildlife going on, and I decided I like to feed the birds, and so I decided to get a couple of bird cameras. One of the ones I got is the Bird Buddy. This is a solar powered bird feeder. So they have a couple different options. I think it was like $200, and they gave me a couple of freebies as well. It's $200 for the actual unit with the solar panel and all that good stuff. And then it's $80 a year for like the AI, subscription, of course, because you got to identify the birds and all that stuff. But honestly, it's got a really good quality camera, and it's nice to see the birds that come by that hang out there. And it sends a little postcards, they call them. It's like a little 60 or 30-second clip of the bird, eating and hanging out there and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. It identifies the birds, and then you can like collect them, kind of like Pokemon, but in real life. You can collect them and make a collection of all your birds.
Trap them in little balls?
I hope so. That's what I was hoping for. It's kind of misadvertised though. Yeah. That one's been nice. I also bought a couple BirdFi products. We saw these people at CES. I bought their bird bath and one of their bird feeders, and I am not a fan of that one. If you look at, maybe we'll post some screenshots. I shared them in the hub, but like the app quality is just completely different. Like it just seems like the BirdFi just like they're like yeah we could put cameras in bird feeders, but like it's just like motion notifications, not actually like smart bird detection. And so I just get notifications all the time that motion's detected, even though there's not an actual bird there. So I don't know if a bird has actually ever stopped by those ones that I have. I just keep getting random notifications like when the sun's setting and stuff like that. So that one is kind of interesting because you can buy it with or without a lifetime license. So that way you don't have to ever pay for the ongoing fee for it. But the software is not as good, and I haven't had a good experience with it. I tried to return it today, and they informed me that I'd have to pay return shipping on it. So I'm also not happy about that. So all in all, I would recommend the Bird Buddy. I think there's a couple other options out there as well that I'm going to be checking out. But Bird Buddy, really cool. I think Adam Justice originally told me about it. I think he got one for his dad or something like that. So very cool device. If you're thinking about getting one, I think it's well worth it.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the birds to come out up here. I mean, it's been nothing but rain and rain and rain.
Yeah, no, we got plenty of birds, and I will attach a video that I made from one of them. That the Bird Buddy just did that itself. I did not do that or anything. So pretty cool.
Bird bloopers. Cool.
Yeah, so one of the other projects I got going on this week is I bought the EcoFlow battery a couple months ago for my shed. Remember that project that I did where I added a light in there, I added a solar panel, all that good stuff. EcoFlow has an API that you can get for their products. And so I was like, well, great. I'll be able to like do all kinds of stuff with that, at least tell how much power I have and everything. Turns out my EcoFlow battery isn't supported with the API. So lucky me, but really the only thing I wanted the API for was to turn the AC power on and off. If you have stuff plugged into it, but it's not really drawing any power, eventually the battery just goes to sleep. And this is fine because I can just open up my app and actually just turn it on. But I just want to turn on the battery every day, like at 8 a.m. or something. So that way when I go into the shed, I can just turn the light on automatically when I walk in. And I can't do that right now because I have to, just go in the app and turn it on or physically press the button. And so I finally found a use for one of those little SwitchBot fingerbot things. And I used it to turn on and off the EcoFlow battery. So I don't have API control, so I can't tell how much battery power and stuff I have from Home Assistant or whatever. But at least I can turn it on and off now through automations. So it's just on the front of it. It's pretty funny. And then to start the week, I decided to cut my thumb open.
Well, it's good you have one of those fingerbot now.
Yeah, I know. I don't have to worry about my finger now. I was working at a client's house, and I had a pair of scissors that I just cut my thumb with. So I had to go get 3 stitches on that. Jeez. And so I'm recovering. Everything's fine. It's a thumb. But you know how hard it is to not bend your thumb? It's very difficult. I don't know if you know this, but you use your thumb for a lot of things. And when you can't use it, it's like your mind is just like, why can't I use it? And you're like, no, stop.
Yeah.
So that's, I have to have those on for 12 days. It would made me a little nervous though, because I went to urgent care. And the doctor that was there, he was like, hey, I'm a trainee, medical and training, whatever they call those people. And he was like, do you mind if I do the stitches? And I said, no, man, go ahead. It's 3 stitches. What could possibly go wrong?
Do you pass out? And he's like, oh.
No. So he starts, getting everything ready, and he picks up the needle with his hands, and he is shaking real bad. And I was like, oh man, you didn't warn me about this at least, you should have gave me a heads up or something. And so eventually I just look away. I'm like, all right, whatever. We're just going to let it go and see what happens. And, he gets there and he starts doing his thing. He does a decent enough job. And we're kind of talking afterwards. And I said, well, to be honest, man, I was very nervous because you were shaking a lot at the beginning. And I didn't know if I was actually going to be able to keep my thumb or not. And he was like, yeah, I got this medical thing where it makes me shake a lot. But I take some medicine. And I don't know if you could tell, but it kicked in halfway through. And I was like, oh, yeah, thanks for warning me about that one.
Yeah. Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
Oh, man. But he did it. It worked. But yeah, that was very you don't want to see the guy that's about to shove a needle into your hand just shaking around a bunch. It's not a good sign.
Oh my God!
I know I'm not getting heart surgery or anything, but it's still my index, my digits.
That's too good.
But that's all my projects going on this week. What about you, Seth?
I've got a couple of things going on. Let's see. The first thing I did was I remember last week I got the water heater thing.
Well, yeah, you got it connected, right?
Yeah, I got it right here. Oh wait, it's supposed to be connected to the water heater. It's on my desk. No, I did get it connected up. But I've got to find I'm not a fan of the little port on the side, and where I have the water heater, it's going to be pretty visible. So I need to figure out a way to hide the wire a little bit. So I'm thinking I think I'm going to snake it through the water heater itself,
What?
I'm just curious, where's your water heater that this is a concern? Is it in your living room?
No. I mean, it's right when you walk in the door, basically. So you if there's going to be a wire hanging off of it, it's not going to look great. So I need to
Is it in a closet?
Yeah, is it in a closet?
No.
It's just out in the open?
Yeah, I mean, no, yeah, it's out in the open.
Florida houses.
It's a Florida house.
What is going on?
I don't know. TJ?
Are you walking in the right door?
Yeah, you walk in the door and there's a water heater right there. That's just what you look at when you come in. It's awesome.
Do you at least hang your coats on it or anything?
No.
Is it more useful?
No, it's not. It's absolutely not useful. Yeah.
Do you put magnets on it for the kid or anything like that?
We don't have to share this with anybody else, but I feel like I need a picture of this. And
I know.
just between Gavin and I, you know what I mean?
All right, I'll send
This
you a
is so
picture.
confusing.
Yeah.
Well, it's let's just say it's visible enough. Like if you're doing the laundry and you're in the laundry room thing, like you're gonna look at this and there's gonna be a little stupid wire hanging off of it. I'm just like, that's not gonna happen. I hate seeing the wire anyway.
Yeah.
The little shroud that's around the thing is big enough, and I kind of poked around in there and couldn't find, a 5-volt or a 12-volt power source that I was confident enough that I was going to be able to tap in and use. I didn't want to mess up the electronics in there either because it's a brand new water heater, and that would not go over well with someone else that lives in the house. So I'm going to get 12 volts to it. I just have to find a way to hide the wire, and there's a couple of ways I can do it. Like I said, the shroud that the electronics are in is big enough to hold this little tiny what is this M5 stack nano thing that I came up with.
What color is your water heater?
Gray.
Maybe you can get those little tracks that you can run wires and just put them on the side.
With TJ's just saying magnets, I'm like, well, what if I get like a magnet to like hold the wire, like one of those flexible magnet strips or something, and just like run it underneath that? I don't know.
You can like 3D print. Oh, you don't have one.
Stop it.
You need a 3D printer set. You can print all kinds of stuff.
You need one.
Well, one day I will hook this up. I will say I did have it hooked up for a bit, with kind of the wire kind of running around, and it's interesting. Like you get all sorts of information off that little port there. Like it tells you the temperature of the water at both of the locations, because there's a heater on top and a heater on the bottom, right? So it tells you what the temperatures in each location, how much hot water you have. It's a great little piece. So I'm going to be I'm definitely going to be automating things off of that, because we have the little pump thing too that I can put a switch on and turn it on and off to push the hot water back out into the house. So I don't know. It was actually good information. So
cool.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked. I'm like, this is for $14. I was like, this is great. So let's see, what else did I do? I can't remember. I had a job I had to go do to update some TVs, fixed a bunch of TVs that weren't turning on and off correctly. Also HDMI distribution, not fun to do. And let's see. I updated our patron bot thingy because the other day something happened. There's been like the Patreon endpoints that we're hooking into this thing I wrote probably 10 years ago. They've been saying like deprecated for a very long time now. So,
and they finally took them away.
Well, they didn't take them away. Did you? I mean, you remember like seeing like those like weird things that were popping in, like it would say null, like, like it was just like something had gone really wrong here. So instead of rebuilding what I had, I just built a new one with some vibe coding. I put a little bot in here. So I'm hoping to do more with the bot. I have the bot going 2 ways. So we may be able to like use it in the Slack to add show note ideas and that kind of thing. So I'm hoping I can do more with that. That should be fun. But yeah, I've been wanting to do that for a while and haven't been able to muster up the time. But I don't know, with the AI stuff that's out there. Heck, I've got 4.7 now. Watch out! The Claude 4.7, Opus 4.7's out.
There's new codecs. There's new Opus. There's new
There's
AI
new Quins.
It's just a mess. Yeah, there's new Quins. The AI's market's just a mess.
I don't even know what any of this means.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
We all get new toys like every week, and it's like, I don't know what to do. I can't do this.
Like, I just want one company to buy the other company so we can just settle on one. Like.
No. I'm happy with there being many, many, many of these. Like especially the Quinn ones. The latest Quinn was like a program. It's optimized for programming, but it also is like a thinking model with tools and agents and that kind of thing. It's open weight, so it's all open source. Like,
so is it good for OpenClaw?
I don't know. I mean, it'd be good for programming. Maybe. It's worth looking into. I don't know. I saw it. I was reading the news about 4.7 coming out, and then I was like, they're saying 4.7 is as good as I don't know, something. They all have these tests that they run that are fancy. There's the guy with the Pelican test. Have you seen that?
What's the Pelican?
The Pelican test, he has this whole thing where he has this prompt that's like asks it to draw a pelican riding a bicycle, and the process that it goes to see if it can actually do it. It's a hilarious website because AI cannot draw a pelican riding a bicycle to save its life, especially the programming ones where they try and do it with like SVG, like little shapes and that kind of thing. It looks like 5-year-old did it. So, but I'll put a link to that in the show notes too, if you want to go check out pelicans riding bicycles. Anyway, the Quinn 5 thing though, they're saying it's on par with GPT 5.4. So for programming and that kind of thing. So, I mean, that's really cool because that's something you could just have. You can put it on your computer at home. You don't have to pay a subscription for it. It runs a little slower, but you have it. I just think that's really, if you do it at my house, the fans kick on. You guys heard that earlier.
So loud.
But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So just some fan energy. That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
All right, that's all I got. Gavin, you got anything? What have you been up to?
Well, I have some. This week, I ordered a few more E-wands. So E-wands are basically when you have the slotted blinds, when you have that little stick that you turn to make them tilt and stuff like that.
Oh, E-wand. Okay,
yeah,
I was like, I had no idea what you were saying there. Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Now I know what you're talking
E-wands. You say
That's
it.
what they call them in Canada.
Yeah, they're E-wands. So in my igloo, I have blinds on. It's weird. I just realized this too. On one side of my house, I have blinds, and on the other side of my house, I have curtains. And this is gonna bug the hell out of me now, that they're not the same. But I have few different types of those wand devices over the years that I've used, and I've used the SwitchBot ones. Right, they're all right. They kind of work, but I found they were ugly, one, because they kind of go over the wand, and then
because that's all SwitchBot makes is ugly things.
Yeah, they just make the ugliest things. And then even because the little knob, I don't know what you'd call it, that comes out of my blinds, comes out at an angle. When the SwitchBot kicks in, it flicks it all over the place. It goes wild, right? It eventually gets it open, but it's just not a pretty thing. So I kind of pulled those out and said, screw this, got rid of them. I had Sunsa wands, so that's Sunsa. I still have them installed right now in one room, and this is what I'm going to be replacing, but stay away from those. They're cloud connected, they drain batteries. The app looks like it was written up for the iPhone 3. They're awful. Everything about them, even controlling, if you just tap them, it auto opens or auto closes. You can't really adjust them manually to what you want open, what you want closed. I mean, even though they integrate with Home Assistant, but just avoid them. The E-wands I've had for a while now, and they're my favorite. They're Zigbee, so they integrate directly with Home Assistant, and you get all the features and everything like that. You can do manual control of them, so just twisting it left or right will open or close it to what you want, right? And they integrate with Home Assistant, so you can control it with all your automations in Home Assistant too. Their battery lasts a long time. I've just had their batteries die on me, and I've had them for over a year now. So they work really well. So they're not cheap, which is why I struggled to buy two more. But
how many maple syrups are they?
I don't a lot of maple syrups. So so they're not.
That's bad
cheap.
if you don't even want to tell me.
All right.
It's like I can't even remember.
No, you just close your eyes.
$190 Canadian, I think they worked out to. But I think that a lot of that has to do with tariffs and it coming from the States and stuff like that too, right? So I think in the US,
smart blinds up there.
I think in the US it's actually cheaper.
Well, everything in the US is cheaper. Jeez.
Yeah,
no kidding.
But couldn't you just I don't know, what? Do you guys have Smart Wings blinds up there?
I don't even know. I never looked into the Smart Wings. But are those roller blinds too? Like, are they? Yeah, I don't want roller blinds. I the thing I don't like about roller blinds is I have to roll them up too high to spy on the neighbors. Right? These I could just tilt and peek through to see what the neighbor's up to.
See, that's what cameras are for.
That. Yeah, I know the cameras, but there's certain things the camera's not covering, so I need another camera. Or I just like this. Right. So I got some of these. I put them in. And yeah, if you're looking for like a retrofit option, go with the E-Wand. It's E-Wand. They're made by a company called Current Luxury. So they are my pick. Like I love these things so much. I have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in my house.
Nice.
Right. Controlling all the blinds, and they just work great. Like no problems. I pair them up with the Zoo's remote.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the Zoo's remote in all the rooms to open up curtains or close them and stuff like that. I mean, it looks like just another add-on to the switch plate. So I just put a double switch plate in. The remote just sits in that, it's clean. It's easy to understand. You just press up, open, closed, whatever, right? Or you can manually control them by just twisting them, which is also good too. They have other features too, but I don't use any of the other features. So I installed those this week. Pretty happy with them. Happy enough I went back and bought more. That's how much I like them.
Yeah, it must be good then.
That says a lot.
Especially with how much they are.
Yeah, and that was the struggle I had, because it was like, how much are these Sunsa ones really bothering me? And then it got to a point where I had to reprogram the Sunsa one for whatever reason, and the process was so awful. I said, screw this, let me just get this out of here. So I ordered some of these, and having local Zigbee is so much nicer than the cloud requirements.
The Zoo's remote thing, that when you say pair, like that's direct communication. You don't have to worry about it.
No, I pair it through Home Assistant, right? So you can't really do binding or anything.
Oh, okay.
These are Zigbee and Zoo's a Z-Wave. So
Gotcha.
I didn't really do any binding.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know if the binding is supported or not. Yeah. But, I pair it. I mean, the thing is if Home Assistant goes down, you can still just walk up to the blind and twist it to make it open or close. Like It's not dependent on Home Assistant to control at all. It's just dependent on Home Assistant if you want to use the paddle on the wall.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And that's pretty much it for what I did. I've been fighting with my AI and trying to, get around all these bans and find better ways of doing stuff. And, it's become a chore. I almost want to just stop and let the whole industry just settle down, and just something that doesn't break all the time. OpenClaw actually has been a lot better lately. They release like updates almost every day. And it's less breaking changes now. I don't know if you actually monitor your updates, but once you got to a certain point, it stopped breaking things, and it's more fixes, security, stuff like that. It's gotten a lot better.
I mean, if you mean by monitor, meaning I just opened it when you mentioned that and clicked update now at the top. Is that what you're talking about?
I'm talking OpenClaw, not Home Assistant.
Yeah, OpenClaw. Yeah. They have
you have an update button on theirs?
On the dashboard thing, yeah.
I don't use their dashboard. Everything's through Mattermost with me, and I just update the Docker, and I created my own Docker.
Oh, you're using Docker. Yeah. No, I'm still running it locally on this Mac Mini here. So.
Oh, okay. So yeah, what version were you on right now?
4.8. So I guess April 8th, and there's a 4.14 now.
Yeah. Good luck. Click update. Good luck.
Yeah, well, who knows? I'm about to hear the fan spin up. Like, what'd you do to me?
Tell it to update itself.
I would, but it'll get loud. It'll get raucous.
All right. So that's pretty much all I've been working on this week.
And then we got 3 weeks till I come up to Canada, Gavin?
Yeah, I was talking to Justin too from Apollo there, and he's excited too. He says he's bringing me soil moisture sensors. So,
oh, nice.
Well, he didn't really commit to it, but he kind of, he kind of hinted at something on their live stream this week, and I'm like, that's a commitment to me.
I'm taking it.
I don't care if you said maybe, it better be.
That's right.
Yeah. So he's excited to come up. So that is, it's going to be a good time, actually. We're going to have a full house. I think even the wife's excited to see all these geeks in their glory.
Oh, nice.
Right? She's gonna be like, I can't wait to see you guys talking geek stuff. I'm like, yeah, okay. And I think he's bringing Kyle with him.
Oh, is he?
Man, you're gonna have a full house.
Yeah. I have an inflatable. We can shift the bed over. They can their room. They can have a full. They can have their room, and TJ and Nicole, you guys will have your own room, and then
so nice. We won't have to sleep outside or anything.
Yeah, just make sure you coordinate all your bathroom time.
Bathroom time.
I was outside. It's fine.
Yeah. You have 1.5 bathrooms to share between you guys. So
Okay.
yeah. Oh, there's the server fans. Good
He's
one,
cranking
Seth.
up. He's waking up. What happened? I don't know. You rebooted me all of a sudden.
So I don't know what you're coming up to do, DJ. We'll run some Ethernet cables and stuff like that. But we want you to see the city and have some fun too, right?
We're gonna have some fun. But you kind of had me worried when you said that we're gonna run some cables, and not install cameras. I mean, that's just not a thing. We got to install the cameras too. So I need you to either order the cameras before I get there, or give me the money so I can order the cameras.
The hard part wasn't installing the camera. The hard part for me was getting that cable to the camera. I'm just happy that you're coming up to do my doorbell. I've had that thing sitting there for over a year now.
Wow,
I just like spending your money, Gavin. I mean, let's buy some cameras.
I know. I want to really. So one of my goals is I want a really good camera for the driveway. Right? That's one of the things I want. And one of the things I also struggled with on the driveway is with white vehicles. They seem to reflect the light a lot. So then, it's
like all blurry or glared out and stuff.
Yeah, something like that. So it's something I want to take into consideration. But I want a really good camera for the front. The side of the house would be nice to have like the 360 or whatever they call it, the 180 camera, just to cover the whole side of the house. If I put one of those on each side, it would be nice. And just getting you to run the wire, I can put the cameras. I'll order one camera for you.
Yeah, at least order one camera.
Yeah. Well, the doorbell's already here. There we go. We're done.
All right.
You gotta get the Ethernet to the doorbell, and then we're good.
I mean, especially because you always talk about the crime up there. So I mean, the commitment I need is I need a camera on our car, because we're gonna have out of country plates. People are definitely gonna break into our car.
Oh no! When I have guests, the crime doesn't happen. They know we have company over.
They're like, give them a break. We've been hitting this neighborhood pretty hard recently.
Exactly. They're like, we can't do anything with this vehicle. It's got miles on it, not kilometers on the dashboard.
We don't know how to read that.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna get pulled over for speeding.
Do they even drive on the same side of the road? We don't know. So don't worry, it's safe most of the time. It's not one time, that catches you off guard.
Safe most of the time. Canada.
Safe most of the time. Canada, we're safe most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah.
We have more safe. We're like 99% safe time,
Sure.
All right. Well, I think it's going to wrap up the show this week. We do want to thank everyone who listens to the show, but especially want to send a big thanks to those who are financially able to support the show through our Patreon page. If you don't know about the Patreon page, head on over to HomeTech.fm/support to learn how you can become a patron for as little as $1 a month. Any pledge over $5 a month gets you a big shout out here on the show, but every pledge gets you invited to our private Slack chat, The Hub, where you other patrons can go in there and talk about how badly you want me to bring back the beep. The beep's coming back, guys.
I was actually shocked. We got some nasty emails about that beep. And now we're getting messages that they missed the beep.
Oh man!
So now we're introducing a new plan where if you don't want the beep, you have to pay us $5 a month. So
get the beep free version of this show. Yes,
Jake's already upped his game. He's pledged $6 a month to hear the beep. So the beep may be coming back, guys. I don't know. And then we got Thomas K. I don't know if this is any relation to having the beep or not, but I'm just going to assume that he wants to hear the beep too. He's coming in. He's given us 4 sterling silver pounds or whatever that is. Is that what it is? British?
I think so.
It's just British pounds. I thought. But
I thought it's sterling or something. I don't know.
They are pretty fancy over there.
It's fancy. Look at that little pound symbol. I mean, that's super fancy. So the dollar is just an S with some lines. This thing looks like a backwards upside down 3. That's cool. So yeah, I think he gets a shout out because I did the conversion and it's over the $5 mark. So thanks, Thomas. Appreciate it.
It's like $7.41 Canadian right now.
This is big money over there.
That's huge.
We have a very weak dollar for some reason. I don't know why. All right.
I can order some food today. I get to eat.
Half a coffee. Jake, Thomas, thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Yes.
And yeah, if let us know. Let us know if you want to hear the beep. Let's get the beep back. I think hashtag bring the beep back. I'm gonna make a
hashtag beep it.
Yeah, beep it. Yeah, I'm gonna make a a new forum or something in our Slack there about the beep. And we can go in there and talk not about AI, but we can talk about the beep.
Just the beep.
Just the beep. We got the beep. All right. If you can't support financially, totally understand. We just appreciate a 5-star review or positive rating in the podcast app of your choice. That's going to wrap up another week here on HomeTech. Everybody have a great weekend, and we will see you next week.
Till next time.
Take care.